Welcome to Luck Scout Bedtime Stories. Deep in a forgotten forest, bathed in moonlight, lay a secret meadow. It shimmered under the stars. The grass whispered secrets to the wind. Fireflies danced among the flowers, painting the night with light. The air hung heavy with the sweet scent of honeysuckle. Flora, a young girl with eyes as blue as forget-me-nots, stumbled upon the meadow. She was lost and weary. The forest had seemed dark and frightening, but the meadow welcomed her with open arms.
I feel a sense of peace I have never known.
The worries that had filled her heart began to melt away. She closed her eyes and took a deep breath, savouring the sweet night air. As she wandered deeper into the meadow, she noticed a gentle light emanating from the heart of the clearing. It pulsed softly, like a heartbeat. Curiosity bubbled inside her, drawing her towards the mysterious glow. Beneath the shimmering glow stood a magnificent deer. Its coat shone silver in the moonlight. Its antlers were adorned with sparkling dewdrops like tiny diamonds. The deer turned its head towards Flora, its eyes pools of ancient wisdom.
Welcome, child. My name is Alara. What brings you to the Meadow of Moonlight?
Flora, though taken aback by the talking deer, felt no fear. Only a sense of calm and wonder washed over her. She had never encountered a creature so serene.
I was lost and searching for peace.
Alara dipped her head gracefully.
This meadow is a sanctuary, a place where hearts find solace. It is ruled by Serene, the moon spirit. She weaves magic into every leaf and flower.
Alara gestured with her delicate muzzle towards a bed of soft moss.
Sit with me, child. I will tell you of Serene and the magic of this meadow.
Flora settled down on the moss, her anxieties fading with each passing moment. The meadow seemed to hum with unseen energy, a symphony of life played out under the watchful gaze of the moon. Alara began her tale, her voice a low murmur.
Long ago, when the world was young, Serene descended from the heavens. She saw the suffering of the world, the pain and fear that plagued its creatures. Serene, filled with compassion, poured her essence into this meadow. She wove moonlight and starlight into the very fabric of this place. It became a haven, a sanctuary where weary souls could find rest.
Alara looked at Flora, her eyes twinkling.
The magic of the Meadow of Moonlight is real, child, but it reveals itself only to those who open their hearts to its embrace.
Flora listened intently, her gaze drifting across the moon-drenched meadow. Alara's words resonated deep within her, awakening a sense of wonder she had not felt in what felt like a lifetime.
The rustling leaves whisper tales of tranquility. The chirping crickets sing lullabies of peace.
Flora felt a deep connection to the meadow, its magic weaving into her very soul. Flora closed her eyes, surrendering to the symphony of the meadow. She heard the whispering grasses, the chirping crickets, the rustling leaves. Each sound seemed to weave a spell of serenity around her.
She inhaled deeply, the sweet scent of honeysuckle filling her lungs. The air thrummed with a gentle energy, a palpable peace that seeped into her very being.
When she opened her eyes, the meadow seemed to shimmer and glow with renewed intensity. The fireflies danced with an almost joyous abandon, their lights painting streaks of gold across her vision.
A sense of calm washed over Flora, a feeling of belonging she had never experienced before. In the heart of the Meadow of Moonlight, she felt safe, cradled in the gentle embrace of the night.
She realized that Alara was right. The magic of the meadow wasn't just a story. It was real, woven into the moonlight, the whispers of the wind, and the gentle touch of a deer's gaze.
The wind played a gentle melody through the tall blades of grass. The crickets chirped in harmony, their tiny voices creating a soothing rhythm.
The moon, a perfect silver disk, bathed the meadow in its ethereal glow. The meadow was alive with music.
The worries and fears that had followed her into the forest seemed to dissolve into the night. Flora lay back on the soft moss, her eyes fixed on the star-studded sky.
She felt a sense of peace settle over her, deep and abiding. She closed her eyes, letting the music of the meadow wash over her.
The gentle strumming of the wind through the grass was like a lullaby. It calmed her mind and soothed her soul.
Flora had never felt so connected to nature, so in tune with the rhythm of the earth. The Meadow of Moonlight was more than just a place. It was a feeling, a state of being.
A nightingale began to sing, its voice clear and pure, echoing through the moonlit meadow.
Flora listened, mesmerized, as the bird poured its heart out in a song of love and longing.
The nightingale's song seemed to weave itself into the symphony of the meadow. The chirping crickets, the rustling leaves, the gentle whisper of the wind, all blended together in a harmonious lullaby.
Flora felt herself drifting into a state of peaceful drowsiness. The meadow, with its gentle sounds and soft moonlight, was the most tranquil place she had ever known.
As she closed her eyes, lulled by nature's lullaby, she knew that the Meadow of Moonlight would forever hold a special place in her heart. It was a sanctuary, a place of peace and healing, where worries faded and hope bloomed anew. When Flora finally opened her eyes, the first rays of dawn were painting the sky with hues of pink and orange. The moon had dipped below the horizon, and the stars had begun to fade.
But even in the soft light of dawn, the Meadow of Moonlight held on to its magic. The grass still shimmered, the dewdrops on the spiderwebs sparkled like diamonds, and the air vibrated with a subtle energy.
Flora sat up and looked around, a sense of gratitude washing over her. The meadow had given her the gift of peace, a tranquility she had never thought possible.
She knew in her heart that she could always return to this magical place whenever the world felt too loud, too chaotic, too much to bear. The Meadow of Moonlight would always be there, waiting to welcome her with open arms.
Standing up, Flora took one last look at the peaceful clearing. She whispered a silent thank you to the meadow, to Serene and to Elara for the gift of tranquility. As Flora made her way out of the meadow and back into the forest, she carried the peace of the meadow within her. The worries that had seemed so heavy before now felt lighter, more manageable.
She walked with a newfound spring in her step, her heart filled with hope and tranquility. The memory of the Meadow of Moonlight, its beauty and serenity, would forever be etched in her heart.
Flora knew that she could face whatever challenges life threw her way, armed with the peace she had found in the heart of the moonlit meadow. The world outside the meadow might be full of noise and chaos, but Flora carried the tranquility of the Meadow of Moonlight within her, a quiet sanctuary in the center of her soul.
She knew that even in the darkest of times, she could close her eyes, remember the whisper of the wind through the grass, the chirping of the crickets, the gentle gaze of Elara, and find a moment of peace.
The Meadow of Moonlight, hidden deep within the forest, remained a beacon of peace and tranquility. It welcomed weary travelers, lost souls and searching hearts, offering them solace and a moment of respite. The magic of the meadow lived on, whispered on the wind, carried on moonbeams, and held safe in the hearts of those who had felt its embrace. And so, the Meadow of Moonlight continued to weave its magic, a testament to the enduring power of nature's tranquility and the everlasting peace that can be found in the quiet moments beneath the moonlit sky. The story of the Meadow of Moonlight serves as a reminder that even in a world of chaos, peace can always be found if we know where to look. Within the quiet corners of our hearts and in the embrace of the natural world.